Notorious Podcast.
Notorious Records.
I'm your host, Mr. Deshaun.
What did you just
Notorious
say?
in the building. I'm up here with Matic this afternoon.
Man, what's the deal? What's the deal, my people? It's Automatic here on Notorious live stream.
Automatic.
Let's get it.
Even though that sounds like a semi-automatic, but it's whatever.
My nigga D-Hawk, what's the deal?
You know what I'm saying? Just out here grinding heavy, man. I just put in a 100-hour work week the other day.
Damn.
I'm exhausted.
I believe.
I'm exhausted. Freaking, my professor assigned 5 quizzes for some reason. He thought that was a great idea. You know what I'm saying? Took them boys just. I told G before we started running, man, I wish it was 8 days in a week.
Yeah, not enough time.
I wish it was 8 days in a week so I could sleep for one of them.
Yeah, I feel you, man.
Yeah, you for sure did just say that. But, no, what you been up to this week, man? What's up with you?
Man, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie, it's been a lot of, you know what I'm saying, some issues, some turmoil going on as far as, you know, on the personal side, but, you know, it's nothing new. You feel me?
You straight though?
Yeah, we straight. We straight, you feel me? But, you know, it's just like I said, man, like life happens, you know, life is life, family, you know, all that stuff takes it takes its toll, but you know, you just gotta keep it moving for real.
Life gonna happen whether you want it to or not, whether you're ready for it or not. It's gonna do its thing. You know, life begins, life ends. Sometimes life comes back. I know it was like a random interlude, but
it's a circle of life. Like, life moves in seasons, though. Like it's a lot of shit that moves in seasons. You know, the friendships. Some friendships move in seasons. You know, some work situations. You know, so some moves, states of being, states of thought. So you know, like you just gotta know how to change with the seasons.
Exactly. How to keep flowing with them. Yeah.
Definitely.
Otherwise, you get left behind. But,
but like I say, it's all blessings and stuff. So.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because as long as you still like got air in your lungs, like you gonna be straight.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Real talk. You know, speaking of having air in your lungs, there was a woman in New York who unfortunately passed away. It was pronounced dead, only to return to life in the funeral home. She randomly just started breathing again, and they took her home after that.
I'm not gonna lie, that sounded like something I just saw on BMF. I think Lamar just popped up from the dead a few times. But for some reason, I don't think that's the first time something like this has happened.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's like uncommon. I mean, I don't think it's common, but I don't think it's like an anomaly at all. I'm, you know, happy she got a couple of extra months or years. Like,
I don't even understand how does this type of stuff happen, because they have to see don't they see the like the mortician and all that stuff. I mean,
she was you know, she was in like an elderly care center, you feel me, and you know, like they unfortunately have people passing away all the time, so they probably just wrote her up the time of death and just shipped her off without really doing too much checking for real. Like I don't really know.
Okay, so I'm reading the thing. I'm like, she was taken to a funeral home.
Yeah. But
she didn't necessarily pop up during the funeral. It said she was taken to O.B. Davis Funeral Home in Miller Place at 1:30 p.m. But at 2:09 p.m. she was found breathing. So maybe like a half hour later.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But it's just like, I'm gonna scroll down just in case there's more information. Yeah, it looks like the internet's not my friend today, but
yeah, so it wasn't a matter of hours.
Yeah, they low key capped on the headline. Got to clickbait a little bit, but no, I mean I'm glad she popped back up and was taking a nap or whatever. But yeah, the internet.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say. It's just other than people just not being able to. To me, it just shows another episode of incompetency in the United States. People like basically either asleep at the wheel, you feel me, or just not being really competent enough to do their jobs correctly.
So I'm like, y'all didn't even check to like make sure she was really dead.
Like I mean, there's so many indicators if a person is alive or not. You have the pulse.
You see the chest going up and down. Like you could put your finger up to their neck. Like you could do a lot. They just
Yeah, so
Wrote her up, shipped her off. Like,
wow. And like the family, I mean, the family is
that's
probably,
what I'm saying. Like, you was like probably they was probably calling people up if it was an hour. Like,
yeah,
yeah,
it's terrible. Shame on them.
yeah, definitely. On the complete other side of the spectrum, I'm throwing kind of shame at these scientists who are planning to resurrect both dodo birds and woolly mammoths and just ship them out into the wilderness.
I saw that they were trying to bring back the dodo bird. I saw like it was a skeleton put together of the dodo bird.
Yeah.
And they're trying to bring back the woolly mammoths as well.
Yes,
and just
sir.
put them back into.
Yeah, just reintroduce them to the world. I think that's a huge mistake, because why do we need Jurassic Park in real life?
And just how they're going to, I mean, like, how are they going to, you know, interact or assimilate into the, I don't know, it sounds kind of crazy, assimilate into the wild, but it's like, I mean, you know, they have to think about the other animals as well. And, I mean, for what reason?
Yeah, like, what's the reason?
Other than just to be on some,
Just because they can.
right,
Like,
type shit, like some prehistoric, wet lab shit. Like, I don't know, I don't understand.
Yeah, people who do this kind of technological breakthrough are not right in the head, in my opinion. Like,
But to me, I feel like this. I mean, when you watch a movie like Jurassic Park, right?
Yeah.
I feel like this is kind of like, you know, like a lot of those movies, they are foreshadowings of the future, and in a way, I think like this is what it's kind of like when you play Mortal Kombat on Sega Genesis, and then you see it on like Xbox One or Xbox Series X. It's like that's what it was supposed to be like the first time. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like with this shit, they just trying to bring that shit back, bro. It, like, you know what I'm saying? And when they made a movie like Jurassic Park and all that shit, I feel like this is what they was dreaming about. You feel me? Like bringing this shit really back to life
in real life.
in real life. And this is what they doing.
Man, there's some stuff about that. Just you heard about China with these super cows too?
The super cows?
Yeah.
I know they got some super balloons. I don't know if you're supposed to say that, but
Hey.
they got some super cows.
They actually, let me see if I can. Yeah, they cloned 3 cows, and apparently they produce like more milk than regular cows do. They produce 50%. They're capable of producing 50% more milk than the average cow. They cloned 3 cows.
I'm lactose intolerant.
Oh, you are? You know, usually there's a joke I say to people like that who are lactose intolerant, but I don't know how Twitch be with semi-dark humor. I'm gonna tell it to you after the stream,
Okay.
Because it's dumb. But yeah, these, like, science today is just wild on so many different levels.
Yeah, and I mean, it goes back to like, what's the true? I mean, we have a lot to thank from the miracles of modern science. You feel me?
Oh yeah,
But
yeah.
at the same time, it's like, I guess if you want to accept the good things, we have to accept the things that we don't understand. And it's like we can't always trust that these things are for our benefit. Or, I mean, it's for the purpose of science, and that's how you gotta look at it. Like, it's science for the purpose of science. And I feel like if there's any breakthrough or any type of advancement that they can make in science, they really, I guess in their mind, they feel like they have no choice but to try to push that envelope, because you never know what's on the next frontier. So I'm just trying to look at it from like
There's truth to that.
from a holistic angle, I guess you could say, or just like look at the whole picture. Like, we can't just like point the finger and say evil, because I mean, like I said, we enjoy the miracles of modern science every day.
Yeah, I'm the kind of person where I'm just like, where does it end? You know, like,
Yeah.
where is it gonna be where scientists are like, all right, we figured out enough about stuff. Let's just. I don't think they're ever gonna like say, let's just pack up all our beakers and. But I'm like, at what point do we just leave theoretical as well? What I'm trying to say, like.
I mean, that's the whole thing, though. I feel like as long as, like, you know, like they say, like, all right, for instance, they say like you only use 10% of your brain or whatever. So it's gonna be some people that's gonna always trying to unlock the other 90%. You feel me? And it may be some people that's way high above. They be like, well, you shouldn't unlock the 90% for whatever reason. But it's like, I just feel like you said, like, when does it stop? It don't stop till the casket drop.
Even then, they pass it on to whoever they passing it on to.
Yeah. So I mean, it don't, like, I feel like it don't stop. Cause I mean, like, think about like this iPhone that we recording on or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe however many years ago, they probably said the nigga who thought about that was crazy. You feel me? Or like, you know, they say no idea is original. So it's like, obviously Steve Jobs and Apple, they came up with the iPhone. But like, there might have been somebody, a dude, a whole bunch of years ago that was like, nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like this device, like, no, they always go back to like the ancient aliens and like the hieroglyphics and shit. Like they been thought about this shit. I feel like people been thought about this shit. And if they like back in the days, they might have called them heretics if they question certain ideological beliefs, or like, you know, like the witches and shit.
They probably call everybody alive today a
bro
witch.
Yeah, I was saying that shit too, bro. The shit that we say in everyday conversation, if we said it back then,
they like, huh?
Like, oh, you niggas are heretics. You niggas are like witches.
Where my pitchfork at, bro?
Like, the law of attraction.
What you mean by that?
It's like, come on, bro. Like, so that's the type of like. So then that's another thing that just opened up a whole other can of worms, because it's like, you know, like the day and the times we living in, they always had the saying like it's a sign of the times. You feel me? So it's like the signs of the times we're living in. We're just much more unrestricted and much more unhinged by some of the things that you could say were bad for society. Like, I mean, like, look at religion, for example. Like, some people that, like, religion brought order to society. Religion, you know what I'm saying? Religion helps bring order and structure because, like, people fall in line. But at the same time, it's like,
the extremists.
Yeah, the extreme shit.
There's always going to be extremists.
Yeah, it's always going to be like
somebody that's taking it too far.
Yeah,
like,
it's always going to be like two sides of the coin we got to look at. So,
because you know, like, I'm a religious dude, but the crucibles happen. Like,
yeah,
and that's all I can really say, because I don't want to, you know, badmouth too much. But the crucibles happen. I mean, it's not a theory. It's something that actually took place over multiple occasions. Like,
so yeah, one of the things I was thinking, just like as humans and being in this human condition, it's like nothing is going to be perfect. Like they say, no man is perfect except God, but like there's nothing that's going to be just so perfect. I mean, I feel like we might want things to be perfect, and like we may look at certain things as optimal. You feel me? But like, and just as the world in general, I just feel like just the world we live in it's a balance of good and evil, and stuff that's like in the middle. You feel me? I guess you would say.
Yeah, because everybody's capable of good, of great good and great evil. Everybody's capable of both.
And it's just about like the environment,
choices, mentality, your nature, like who you be around, like
genetics play a part in stuff too.
Yeah, all that's
and I've learned some traumas, or maybe even some characteristics that might be good for you. All that stuff is passed down. That stuff can be passed down
through generations. Yeah.
So
I mean, to like touch back on the Bible, you know, they say all sins from the Father will be bared by the Son. Like, so man, that's just a generational curse. But you know, it goes both ways though. You know, sometimes like intellect and like smarts get passed down, and just like, you know, positive qualities also get passed down as well. I wanted to like bring up this story of this 9-year-old kid in Pennsylvania who graduated high school and is starting college at 9 years old.
Damn, like,
and the best part, in my opinion, he's black. We love seeing black people win during Black History Month.
Yeah, that's what's up.
At a glance. Let me see. Yeah, he said, I finished 8th grade in 2.5 months, and then I started high school.
I mean, we heard the world. So he was like in a STEM program. Like, I was always confused at how kids do
how you get to such a degree of accelerated learning.
I mean, like 8th grade in 2 months. I mean, so he took like,
I guess he's like tested out. Like,
right.
Maybe.
Okay.
He probably like studied everything an 8th grader is supposed to know. And then took like probably like the final exam after like 2 months past it. They were like, all right, go to high school and like start studying whatever a 9th grader needs to learn. And he probably just, you know, kept going. Now he's starting college at 9 years old. Like, I wonder what he's going to college for. Like
why do you need to go to college? Like,
he wants to become an astrophysicist.
I'm saying like
That's a world.
I'm just saying like if a kid, I'm like damn, if you that smart, I'm like okay.
No, when he grow up, like
I'm like by the time I'm like, fuck growing up, by the time you 14, nigga, you can start have your own lab.
Yo. Man, no, that's a crazy story. 9 years old going to college for an astrophysicist.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh yeah, that's what little man looked like in the suit.
Yeah, he ain't about no games.
Yeah, bro.
He ain't about no games.
Man. But yeah, no, I'm proud of the kid, even though I don't know him at all.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah. You know, there's a lot of black people taking dubs today. You know, Beyonce, you know, she won a couple awards the other day. She got she's now going down in history as the artist who's holding the most amount of Grammys ever.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up.
After the other day, you know.
I seen some Snoop pull up. I think Snoop had 20 nominations and 0 wins. I couldn't believe that.
Snoop Dogg?
Snoop Dogg does not have one single Grammy, dog.
Ever? That doesn't sound right.
I don't know. I didn't actually watch the Grammys.
Yeah, I haven't watched the Grammys in years. I just look up who won what, and I'm straight off of that, low key.
But here's the thing, though. It's like some artists, like even like the ones who win the most Grammys, they still complain about the Grammys, though.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, so it's clearly politically motivated, and I feel like who plays nice in the industry or who's some of the industry favorites. I mean, like, come on, it's like we were just talking about human nature. Nobody's perfect, so it's not like it's just some automated thing where it's like, no, like they got their favorites, they got their people who play the game, you know. And I mean, this is all speculation, but I mean, come on now, like.
I mean, how much of it is like really speculation though? Like.
Yeah, right. You feel me? Like we see it. We see it right in front of our face. They just playing with us at this point. Like, come on, dog.
It looked like she won 32 Grammys in total so far.
I mean, I'll put it to you like this.
Yeah.
I've never heard a bad word about Beyonce. I mean, like, as far as like in the industry.
Mm-hmm. Like among her peers.
Or like the label. I think, you know what I'm saying, like, don't get twisted. They'll shut you down now. You go against the queen, you can get shut down. Like, it's in a major way. You feel me? But hey, we ain't even gotta say no names type shit.
And look, bro, all we gotta say is she one of the most untouchable women in Hollywood. That's all we gotta say about that.
Like, that's how you know, like, her and Jay-Z, that's the true definition of a power couple. Like, that's what a true power couple is, because they came together for that to basically consolidate that power. You feel me? And like, they just, to me, that's just a microcosm of what the whole entertainment industry is. It's a consolidation of power, like a secret society. All we ask is trust. Like, we got it, and you can't get in unless you get in. You feel me? Mm-hmm. That's how the industry works. But like, I don't know, Beyonce, like, as far as I'm concerned, like, I can't say nothing bad about her. Like, the music, I'm not really like a fan of like R&B like that. I like R&B, don't get me twisted, but like, you know what I'm saying? So I can't it's not, so I can't even say who was the best. So like, did she win the best R&B album?
Let me see real quick.
Cause matter of fact, I seen it was some stuff about Chris Brown. I think he had like the male R&B, and I think somebody else won. And then I think he had, like, Chris Brown was upset by that. But when I went on Dawg's profile, he was doing a lot of stuff. Like, the dude who actually won the best Grammy for like the best male vocal, he had won like 2-3 Grammys before that. So
so he's not like a nobody.
No, dude was somebody. You feel me? Like,
dope.
I went on his shit. He's somebody for sure.
It looks like Beyonce won for best R&B song, best dance, best electronic recording, and best dance electronic album, and best traditional R&B performance. So she
cleaned up.
Yeah, she cashed out.
She cleaned up every time she do something.
I mean, that's Beyonce. Like,
exactly.
Yeah. Speaking of, Kendrick won best rap. Gotta give it up for Mr. Morale. You know, that was my number 1 and number 2 most streamed album somehow, according to iTunes.
Okay.
Yeah, not entirely sure how that worked out like that, but that's Kendrick. Like, that's big homie.
Shout out to Kendrick, man.
Yeah, I mean, the Grammys weren't all sunshine and rainbows though. You wanna get into
The alleged fight that broke out.
Yeah,
Let's
in case you haven't seen it, audience at home.
fair use.
Fair use. Let me throw the fair use drawing up here. Boom. Copyright disclaimer under section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, which is us, so leave us alone, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute that must be otherwise infringing, non-profit, educational, or perhaps use tips in the balance in favor of fair use. So, with that being said, let's get into this video.
Massive fight broke out backstage at the Grammys between Quavo and Offset over the death
Oh,
of a
shit.
family member.
What the
Massive
fuck?
fight
He
broke
dead
out
him.
backstage at the Grammys between Quavo and Offset over the death of a family member. Massive fight broke
So
out.
who swung? It's like they jumping the security.
Yeah, I'm like, he didn't even hit Offset.
This can't be the
backstage
fight.
at the Grammys
Cause
between
this don't even
Quavo
look like
and
no
Offset
backstage
over the
shit.
death of a family
Right, it look like they just
Massive
popped
fight
out the
broke
limo.
backstage at the Grammys between Quavo and Offset over the death of a
Yeah, let me see if I can find
Massive fight broke out
another
backstage
angle real
at
quick.
the
You can
Grammys
hold it down for
between
1
Quavo and
second.
Offset over the
Yeah.
death of a
Like,
that looked like something
It
kind of
was
different.
Yeah, because it was a lot of controversy behind that because Cardi B was heard basically saying that, you know what I'm saying, there's another video that basically came out where Cardi B was voicing some displeasure about some stuff that was going on. Now we don't know who she was talking to, but we can all assume that it was, Quavo and Offset. There's video footage of that. So yeah, here it is right here.
Yeah, she over here yelling at him. Both of y'all is wrong. This not right. Shut the F up. Because you shouldn't have been talking. I mean, it's definitely a difficult time for everybody who was around, the Migos as a family, the people they was doing business with, unfortunately, during the loss of a life like this, emotions tend to run really high.
And you've heard about families fighting at funerals and all type of stuff. So the tensions are definitely high. Like this is a high profile situation.
Yeah.
It's a lot of variables and moving pieces involved. And there's a whole thing about the Migos were like a group. They were family.
Yeah, they were family
and
first. They were cousins.
Yeah, they're cousins and uncles
nephews,
all that. And then for them to break up though, so it's like you have to deal with the whole situation of them not actually being close at the time before the Takeoff's passing and the reasoning for that. So it's kind of like I look at Offset and Quavo as they're the two older ones. You feel me? So it's kind of like we don't know what their discrepancy was before the tragedy happened. Yeah. So now after I didn't watch the service, so I don't know if they were on stage together or how all that stuff went.
I didn't watch it either.
But them coming back together or being in the same vicinity now, the tensions are at an all-time high. Now here's the thing though, I heard that there was a tribute performance, right?
Yeah.
And Offset was not on stage with Quavo. That was the rumor that was going around. So it had to be some truth to that, because if there was a tribute, Offset must not have been on stage, because they're saying that was kind of the reasoning for them to get into it backstage.
That's
what's being
What
alleged.
I was reading up on was somebody invited him to perform, and Quavo Offset was like, no, you don't. He was like, don't even, because you wasn't even with him like that when he was alive, so why would you be up here performing?
Yeah.
And eventually that's what led to them colliding, was all that you didn't do this, you were never there, this, that, and the third, when the money came up. And it's an unfortunate situation.
I think it was some label drama too. 'Cause I think Offset left. I think he just left QC. Did he leave QC completely? Because you remember, I think it was a $2 million buyout. It was some type of.
Yeah.
It was a buyout. So it's a lot of stuff going on. We don't know who's in whose ear. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, this is all speculation. We don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Obviously.
All we know is what's reported.
Yeah.
And like I said, the Migos, man, they were like one of the biggest groups of all
No,
time.
they were killing it in the
Like,
late
killing it.
2010s, bro. They were going
Killing it,
crazy.
man.
They were going crazy the whole 2010s, and
Yeah.
then, you know, unfortunately, situations change. You know,
And like,
Quavo launching his solo career, like.
But even with that, I feel like they were poised for another run.
Hmm.
I feel like they were poised after, you know, I know Quavo and Takeoff did the Unkin Few, and then I know Offset was doing his solo thing, but I felt like they were poised, you know what I'm saying, after they got through the BS, they come back together, the Migos back to number one again, because I think they dropped that the Culture 3, that was a banger.
Hmm.
That Culture 3 was a banger.
Yeah, no, it was some real good tracks. On
Yeah,
there.
so I'm like,
real good bars.
so I'm like, y'all ain't fell off. Y'all did not fall off. They was still, you know what I'm saying?
They was moving in different
still
directions,
moving.
but they was still like,
Yeah,
they was
y'all
still
hot.
that trio.
Yeah, y'all still
it was
hot,
still
dog.
it was
So-
still the trio for sure.
So, yeah, man, like that's a tragedy on so many fronts, and it's like
Yeah,
it's so sad that you know what I'm saying, like the street game and the rap game. It's like the streets have always been a part of hip hop, but it was always kind of like, I mean, you know, I can't even say that because, you know, like I said, man, the streets have always been a part of hip hop. I just feel like the influence now is even stronger than ever, and it makes it just harder for artists to separate.
yeah, and even when they do like make it up to the highest level of the game, like you can't take the hood out. You can't take the hood out somebody who was raised in it. Like,
Yeah, and like sometimes when you try to take the hood out, the fans won't forgive you, or like
Yeah.
they'll disconnect from you, and it's like, damn, I've been out the hood for like 5-10 years now. They got a mansion, you know what I'm saying? But it's like they still want certain content from you. So it's kind of like, that's why like people always complain about certain artists. They ain't been in the streets in a long time, but they still make a certain type of music where it's like,
that's what's in
That's
them.
what people
Like,
want.
That's their DNA. Like,
yeah, that's what the people know them for. You feel
Yeah.
me? So it's like to stray away from that is to stray away from their fan base and what made them popular.
from their roots too. Like you never go back on your roots. Like
Yeah.
I don't care how famous, how rich you get. Like you never turn your back on your people.
You show them growth and
Exactly.
elevation, but you don't turn
Exactly.
your back on them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you know, like briefly circling back to Kendrick, but that's why like To Pimp a Butterfly was such an important album, due to like the like poem at the end and everything. You know, Kendrick represented and spoke on that album, as far as like making it up, like out of the game, out of the hood. He's still like, nah, I gotta come home. I gotta give back. You know, like it's an important thing for people like that to do a lot. And especially like in the Detroit rap community, like there's a lot of people who give back. You know, they be like,
Yeah, shout out Vezo,
Yeah.
man. Vezo, he really give motivation and inspiration to the streets.
I'm saying,
Like, he's the definition of motivation and inspiration to the streets. Salute Icewear Vezo for that, for sure.
yeah. You said you wanted to touch on the Jay Prince interview, didn't you?
Oh yeah. We can
Yeah,
touch- I mean,
yeah.
like, it's just a hot button topic in hip hop. Like I said, like, you know what I'm saying, the Jay Prince interview, it was just like, if those don't know, it was on $1 million worth of game, and basically it was his response to everything that's been going on as far as, you know, just with the whole Takeoff situation, and I guess I kind of piggyback off of like the Quavo Offset
The
scuffle that went
yeah.
back. Like, you know, obviously, like, this was the night, I think it was like, what was it, Halloween? It was Halloween when they had it was a dice game in at a bowling alley or something, like a private event.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe, like, and basically what the Prince family was, they was giving clarification on the fact that it wasn't over dice, it was over basketball. It was an argument about basketball, and I guess Mike Prince was saying, like, you know what I'm saying, it was an argument that really ain't have to go, you know what I'm saying, it didn't have to go to the level it went, you feel me?
Yeah, it never should have went that far.
And you know, like, basically, like, the streets was basically like how Jay Prince was going about it, like, niggas wasn't feeling that shit, you know what I'm saying, because it was just like, it was showing like a low level of remorse, and like he was just really going in, you feel me?
Because that's really like what's important when tragedy happens, is like how you respond to it, you know.
And it's like in a public space like that, I guess maybe like Jay Prince Sr. felt like it's his label. I mean, like Mob Ties. That's obviously that's his. You know know what I'm saying, it all falls back to Rap A Lot Records. It all comes back to him. So I feel like he's the one who felt like he needs to jump in front of that. But I feel like I don't know if this did more harm than good from a public relations side of things. Like if this was to if they did this interview to basically
try to save face.
I don't think I feel like it's low key made the problem worse because then Offset basically responded to that. You feel me? And then Gilly and Wallow, they caught a lot of blowback from it as well. You feel me? Because people wasn't feeling their demeanor and how they was you know what I'm saying? It was just I just felt like it's just best to say nothing.
Yeah,
I feel
it was kind of the same what happened with Travis Scott. You know, at his concert where the people got
oh yeah, 9 people got trampled.
Yeah, he just kind of brushed it off a little bit, saying that's not my fault or I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, I forgot all about that shit. Yeah, he was tripping. He was high when he did that, bro.
Man, no, I didn't listen to his. I still haven't listened to his music since then, cause I mean it. I'm not gonna say it wasn't his fault, but the way he handled the situation was. Yeah, and that's what people wrong.
And that's what a lot of people's I guess discrepancy or problem with, you know what I'm saying, I guess the interview was. It was just you know, at the end of the day, behind the scenes, how y'all feel is how y'all feel. You feel me? How you gonna carry this? How you gonna carry it? You feel me? At the end of the day, Jay Prince, that name has held respect for over 30 years. You feel me? That name really means something. So it's even with Offset response, I feel like he responded because he had to, because it was just so much pressure. I mean,
how could he not?
It was so much pressure off of basically what, if you watch the interview, you know what I'm saying, Jay Prince basically made a threat to him. You feel me? And it's if you Offset, it's you gotta take everything into consideration when you when you get ready to, you know what I'm saying, this type of situation. It's these, you know what I'm saying, this is some real shit. Obviously, you see what happened to Takeoff RIP, but it's nigga, if you want to go against these people have been holding strong for 30 years. So it's basically nigga, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to go all out. You feel me? You're gonna have to go hard in the paint for that shit. Yeah. So he dog. So it's this nigga's a rapper, bro. These niggas are rappers. They're not they're not built for that. Right. That's the only way to put it. That's the only way to put it. Most rappers are not built for that, bro. And I ain't trying to nigga, we vlogging right now, you feel me? So I ain't trying to put myself above nobody, you feel me? But it's these are people that's
if we being real,
it's nigga, that's your
know your corner.
Yeah, you gotta know your corner. It's your corner. But at the same time, it's bro, that's your nephew. I mean, that's your cousin and shit. So it's bro, if you gonna really step up, you really trying to take it to these people, you
gotta step,
bro, fuck all that talking shit.
Yeah, you can't go half.
It really ain't nothing to talk about.
You can't go half. If you gonna do it.
Yeah, so I'm saying, bro, at the end of the day, everybody a man at the end of the day, and everybody gonna handle themselves accordingly. But it's tell you the truth, bro, the shit fall on Quavo and his words though, because if those words ain't said, then I don't feel but it's also too bro, you gotta know from the pressure cooker situations, you gotta recognize what situation that you in, bro. Yeah. And that shit come from experience. Yeah. You feel me? That shit come from different experiences of being in these streets, nigga. You know, bro.
You gotta learn right from wrong, the right way. Yeah. The right way and the wrong way. You gotta
choose your words carefully, no matter who you is, and you know,
choose your battles too. Yeah. You can't win every battle.
So bro, that shit gonna always go back to that. That man said, "Let me lead before I hurt something." Yeah. So that's certain shit that you just can't take back, bro. That's certain shit those are words that you just, when you say that, you can't take that back. Especially not around the streets, bro. You in the streets, bro.
When you say fighting words,
you ain't and that's the whole thing. Everybody mad at Jay Prince, but it's you have no right to tell somebody how to respond, right? Especially in the jungle. So it's Jay Prince was I'm hearing certain things from certain people, and that's when he made the threat to Offset, basically saying, don't make me defend myself because it ain't good for your health. And it's that's some fucked up shit to say, especially from an OG who was even if you is gonna carry it like that, niggas would expect you not to say anything. Yeah. But it's nigga, you can't.
Fighting words,
fighting words is fighting words, nigga.
You ain't just gonna be talking nobody crazy like that, bro.
Yeah, bro, that shit is fucked up, bro.
Yeah, that's a crazy time.
You know what I'm saying? That's a sign of the times with this hip hop shit, and that's why I feel we had to talk about it, because it's nigga, how could you not with this rap shit? And look at even going more into danger with this rap shit. What happened in Detroit? You feel me? Down here with it was some rappers from Michigan. You feel me?
Oh, You talking about those dudes in the abandoned building?
Yeah, R.I.P. to them though. You feel me? Like,
I believe I have that pulled up. Yeah, local men too, man. We in Detroit right now, like.
yeah, like I mean.
Yeah,
and I mean like
it's unfortunate. 12 days after they were supposed to be at a rap show.
But and here's the thing though, like I know, dude. I mean, like RP. I ain't trying to like, but here's the thing though. It's like it's a lot of stuff that you got to take into account. It's like as a rapper, it's like who booking me. Like you gotta look at yourself. Like nigga, if my numbers ain't going up, what deals? What y'all got? Who booking me for what? You feel me? Like
it's like what's going on?
Like you know what I'm saying? Like if don't lie to yourself. You feel me? If your numbers ain't up to par, you feel me? But all of a sudden you getting booked.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Then niggas like you gotta do recon on like, okay, where am I getting booked to? Like you feel me? Like a simple Google search would have told you. But like maybe like that could have been the overplay for the underplay. You feel me? Because like that's a neighborhood that, you know what I'm saying, that's the red zone. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And dude was a blood. You feel me? So like that could have been the overplay for. I mean, I'm just saying like nigga. As a rapper, dog, you got to be extra cautious, bro. You got to be extra cautious because it's like, think about it. They trying to dirty up the name rapper just with this whole, with the way they headlining this shit because they're calling, they're saying Armani Kelly, he's Molly Whoop, right?
Mm-hmm.
Marley Whoop. The other guy, okay, Mr. Wicker, he performs as B12. What's the other guy? What's Mr. Givens' name? I mean, rap name. Like, he was Jug. Okay, I remember they were saying Jug B12, but it's like we haven't heard much. I haven't heard any music from them. They haven't pulled up any rap videos from the other guys. You feel me? Mm-hmm. So it's like they just keep on saying these rappers, these Detroit rappers. But it's like, bro, like when you say you a rapper, I mean like anybody with a smartphone who spit a freestyle, they could call you a rapper. You feel me? Like literally
off the band lab,
like they're saying he's a rapper. I haven't seen one music video. They showing him freestyling in the car. They see him rapping the lyrics to some songs in the car. I haven't heard any music from the two other brothers. R.I.P.
Like a real official.
R.I.P. to them brothers, bro. I'm just saying though, like
we can't dilute.
I mean like rapper is like a curse. Rapper is a bad word, bro. Rapper? Like rapper is the type of word they want to associate all the bad shit to you, bro.
All the negativity, like.
Yeah, I mean you could damn near be a conscious rapper, but it's like if you tell people you a rapper, like, they hear rapper, oh you're a rapper, right? So they just automatically associate.
You ever bang?
Yeah, like they just gonna associate some shit to you because you a rapper, like
no,
like you know what I'm saying, like oh yeah, those are some rappers over there, and then all of a sudden the police will just be on your head. You feel me?
No, one day, you know what I'm saying, I was like, I was probably like 17 or something. I was like auditioning for this talent show or whatever, and I get up there, I'm like, yeah, I'm a Christian rapper. And they were like, yeah, it's a family event, so you can't cuss. And I'm like,
I'm a Christian rapper.
I'm a Christian rapper. And they're like, oh, yeah, just don't cuss. And I'm like, I'm a Christian rapper. Why would I cuss? And they're like, okay, sorry. And then I barely even wanted to do it after that because it put such a bad taste in my mouth. Like,
yeah.
Like,
like I said, yeah, it's a bad word, bro. It's like a curse word, bro.
Oh, yeah, for whatever reason.
Word,
for telling how we live. That's
and it's all about associations because there's so many. Hip hop is so diverse. Rap is so diverse. There's so many different types of rap, especially in today's day and age. Man, it's rappers that rap about all type of stuff, but they're only going to focus on
a certain kind.
Yeah, it's like RP to the legend, the icon. It's like the Tupac effect, bro. It's like once Tupac came out, it was like he was just so great at what he did, but it was like he was like for the 90s, like he just made. I ain't gonna say he made rap,
but he changed how
the perception.
Yeah,
it was like there's a lot of people that played a part in that, but he was like probably the most singular figure. And plus he got killed, and then Biggie got killed right after that, and you knew that shit was like some East Coast. They started like the East Coast West Coast beef.
Yeah,
you know. So
and all like NWA too. Like
yeah.
Over here talking about I'll kill a cop and like
man.
All the police are scared of Eazy-E,
Middle America was not ready.
No, not at all.
Like think about like a city like Compton. Shout out to Compton. Salute to Compton. Like most people in America probably never even heard of Compton. That's like in Detroit. Like Compton to LA. That's like Inkster to Detroit. You feel me? That's like somebody straight out of Inkster. You feel me? Shout out to Inkster. Salute to Inkster. Like niggas is thorough. I'm just saying it's like hip hop allowed for like everybody like it's a voice for the voiceless.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
Hip hop is like the rose from the concrete.
Yeah.
Like you could break through and like do some beautiful things, you know.
You know what I'm saying? Like they stepped out, they stepped up and stood up for Compton. You feel me?
Mhm.
That's kind of like I said in Detroit. Like you got like I was just watching LOM Rudy. He was on Dirty Glove Bastard, and he was like one thing about the Inkster rappers is like y'all don't want to be Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all rep y'all own shit. You feel me?
Mhm.
And like that, you can't do nothing but respect it.
Yeah.
So it's like I feel like that's what hip hop allowed. Hip hop allowed for like it crossed racial boundaries, it crossed geographic boundaries, right? So now you got people in New York that's influenced by people in New Orleans.
Yeah.
You got people
trying to chase that New Orleans style.
Yeah, you got people in Detroit that's
doing
influenced.
Atlanta.
Influenced by Atlanta. You got people in California influenced by Detroit. You feel me? Like
Yeah. I mean, it all it connects and it builds and we all elevate. Like it's such a wonderful thing.
yeah, it show you the dialects and the dialects and the way of life.
We came up from rapping over freaking breakdown sections and disco songs.
Yeah.
Scratching it, looping it back. Like we came a long way.
Yeah, hip hop come from nothing, bro. Like it's a beautiful thing, bro. It's so beautiful that they had to make it ugly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They had to corrupt it.
They're like, oh, y'all want to do something positive? Nah.
That shit could change the world, bro. That shit did change the world.
Sometimes the wrong people be getting made famous though. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, I don't know if you heard about Lotto putting her drawings on eBay. Man, and like under an hour, that John already shot up. She put it up there for 19 cents, right? For bidding. After an hour, that John already jumped up to like 5,000. And eBay caught wind of the situation. I'm not gonna I can't put it up there. But eBay ended up saying like, nah, bro, you not about to be doing that. So they took on her drawing right before it hit 100,000. But the internet can make a lot of people famous.
Oh, it said the item was later removed for violating the platform's use closed policy.
Yeah. Cause somebody on Twitter had noticed like she was wearing the same drawers, in two different posts. And it's Twitter. That's a cesspool of the internet. So she was like, "Well, since y'all want them so bad, I'm gonna put them online for you."
Right.
Oh, she put it up for 99 cents, and it almost got to $100,000.
Just went to a person who tagged the selling platform. A tweet questioning. It would be some motherfucker hating on this shit though.
Bro, I'm saying, bro, there's always gonna be somebody that hate on it. No matter what. It's like different ways to get famous on the internet too, like you could go viral, you could like go to Jimmy Fallon or Ellen or Dr. Phil, like.
Yeah, but it depends on what you do. It's a lot of people that go on them type of shows that think they shit about to kick off, but there's nothing interesting or new about them, you feel me? Yeah. And then there's some people like, was it Cash Me Outside?
Yeah, the Catch Me Outside girl with
what the fuck?
with Dr. Phil.
Like that's what you say. Like some people shouldn't be famous. Well, who am I to say who should?
I mean, look, bro. There's some people who don't use their platform effectively or efficiently or for the right reasons. Is what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
That's nice and concise. Speaking of Dr. Phil, he about to end his show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It looks like after the 21st season comes to a conclusion, that's gonna be it. No more Dr. Phil show, no more traumatizing therapy in quotation marks. He's not even a real doctor.
He's not. Wow.
I'm dead.
He doesn't have his.
How's it gonna show the Catch Me Outside girl? That's funny.
Because that was probably his most memorable guest, bro.
Yeah, facts. Facts.
I mean, but you say he's not a doctor?
No, he's not certified. That man, he's a talk show host.
He's just a nigga they call Dr. Phil?
Yeah.
Like Dr. Dre?
Yeah, it's like Dr. Dre, bro.
Dawg, swear to God, this nigga, he don't got his PhD
bro,
and no shit.
I'm gonna go ahead and look it up, double check my source, but I'm pretty sure I'm not talking out my neck. Like this dude not even, I don't think he's an accredited doctor.
Man, what?
He just giving out life advice to all the wrong people.
Yo, that shit fucked my day. You say Dr. Phil ain't a doctor? That's crazy.
His name ain't even Phil. So no, that'd be crazy.
Oh, I was about to say, that's fucked up. They just on some bullshit. Nah, Hollywood just, the smoke and mirrors is out of control at this point.
Yeah, no.
Oh, shit. This beat hard. Shout out to G. Ali.
G. Ali and the B.
You know what I'm saying? Wouldn't be
Oh,
positive.
it looked like he lost his accreditation in 2006.
What? And this show been going on for how long?
Since before 2006.
Oh.
It's 21 seasons, but yeah. He hasn't been an accredited doctor since 2006.
How did he lose his accreditation?
I'm pretty sure he just didn't go in to renew it
Oh,
and just, you know.
said fuck it. Oprah I got the bag.
He
Fuck
like,
Oprah.
I'm on TV.
Right. Man. Fuck y'all niggas.
Come on, bro. Take it. Here, I'll sell it to y'all.
For real.
But yeah, no, yeah, he you know, his show did a lot. Put a lot of people on.
I don't know if it helped a lot of people, but it put some niggas on. Though.
Look, bro, that's where I'm gonna leave it. He put a lot of people on.
You know what, Dr. Phil? That was all the help I needed. I just need to get on. My mind is right. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? You know, they caught me outside, so I'm straight. You know,
Right.
I'm back in the house now making music with
On some
Kodak.
shit- on some shit like that. On some shit like that.
Nah, it's getting close to 3. Before we close out, I at least want to touch on a little bit the unfortunate earthquake that happened overseas. In the,
I didn't even hear about it.
Oh yeah, it was a earthquake in Syria and Turkey that took place, I believe, the day before yesterday or yesterday. You know, thoughts and prayers, good words and goodwill to the people who lost their lives, family members, as well as people who were injured mentally or physically. You know, safety goes out to the first responders. You know, thank you for your work and all that. Yeah, I just wanted to, like, you know, say that just a little bit. It looks like the earthquake killed over 4,000 people.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Just going scroll it down a little bit. Also, it took place yesterday.
A
The earthquake.
7.8 magnitude earthquake?
Yeah. Just going scroll it down. But yeah, it's very unfortunate when natural disasters occur like this.
Hey, bro, what's the worst earthquake than that?
Yeah, that's high on the scale.
7.8 magnitude.
Yeah,
I really ain't heard of too many earthquakes. Like 4,000 people, bro.
Yeah, that's high.
That's a lot.
That's
bro.
high on the scale. I don't know what the highest is, but that seems like they really did some damage. Yeah. But yeah, again, you know, thoughts and prayers to the first responders, to the families, friends. You know, if you lost a loved one, you know. That's why I always say, like, bide your time with your people, for real. Like, make sure you tell people you love them while you still can. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you're there for them while you still can be, while there's still somebody to be there for, and you know, all that good stuff. You know.
I know we capitalists, but human capital, that's the best capital. You know what I'm saying? People, bro.
Say it again for the people in the back, my boy.
I know we capitalists, but you know, human capital, that's the best capital, bro.
Come on now.
People.
You know, I don't want to be too morbid, but I'm gonna go on to this next topic too, because it's like not unrelated. But in Massachusetts, there's a bill that's gonna be getting passed pretty soon. That's gonna allow prisoners to give up some of their internal organs for a reduced prison time. So you can donate your kidney to get out of jail faster, basically.
I don't even want to comment. No comment.
I'm just gonna
Scroll down so let people read, bro. I don't want to comment on that because they've already been wow. That answers all the questions for the streets, bro. That answers a lot of questions.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say too much about it. I'm just gonna. You can give up a kidney to get a reduced prison sentence now. Yep. Yep. Speaking of prison, though, we can go on to a topic we actually can talk about without feeling like total pieces of crap. There's 2 provinces in Canada that have decided to decriminalize heroin, meth, ecstasy, and crack cocaine.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure they're following suit after in America. I'm pretty sure Utah did this a couple of years ago. And not Utah. It was overseas, but it was someplace that started with a U. I'm sorry, I'm a filthy American. I know, but it's to help like fight against overdose because they're trying to make it like less criminal so that people aren't using dirty needles for injections and losing their lives over stuff like that. People who do these kinds of drugs are usually afflicted and burdened by it. So like it's a whole thing, honestly.
The residue of the war on drugs.
Yeah, because there's like cross contamination that affects dosing and like all this other stuff, and the decriminalization is supposed to be like a way to fight against that, so that even though like people aren't supposed to be taking these kinds of drugs, they can like take these kinds of drugs and have a higher chance of seeing the next day.
Right.
Because you shouldn't die over it, is basically what they're trying to say. But yeah, before we close out, I want to, before we got on the podcast earlier, G Lee was talking about these boots that dropped.
Okay, yeah, the boots.
I got a video of them. Those are real live shoes you could actually go out and purchase. And clearly the comment section is going off about it. Astro Boy, what quest do I need to unlock them? Lil Uzi gonna have them by the end of the week.
Oh yeah, that's the Uzi boots.
The Pokio,
That's the Uzi boots.
Pokio. The Ronald McDonald 7s, the Astro Boy 1s. They just, man, they look so fake. Like, yeah. They're going on StockX right now for $1,224. So if you these your style,
I just show you Hypebeast will go for anything.
go ahead and cop them, I guess, for
They go
$1,000.
Hypebeast right there. Copper drop. Hypebeast, they go for anything. I mean, I ain't talking about the company Hypebeast. I'm talking about
No, the people,
actual Hypebeast.
yeah,
Like it's like what the
people
fuck?
who gonna get the Bape jacket just because it's Bape. Like,
What the fuck?
bro, I what a time to be alive. That's all I got to say. What a time to be alive. I had a couple of more, but you got somewhere to be after this?
No, we good.
All right, for sure. I'm gonna just push it just a little bit more, but we can talk about this balloon, this China weather balloon.
Okay, yeah, let's talk about that.
They talking about
Now I need to know about this spy balloon. Like, well, like how strong was their spying? Because I heard it was over like was it Montana or some shit, some South Dakota. I heard it was like over there, but then I heard it was like, was it over the Carolinas?
let me see.
From Montana all the way to the Carolinas.
Man. So whatever footage they got.
So I wonder if they, you know what I'm saying, ooh, they got me on some bullshit. Chinese out here, this nigga me on some bullshit.
On Wednesday, I was briefed on the balloon. I ordered the Pentagon to shoot it down on Wednesday as soon as possible. They decided without doing damage to anyone on the ground. And it's playing a video.
I mean, so like, what did they say to China after this? Like, y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like, what was our words to China after this?
Hey, look, man, you was the one talking about the end times. China's a nuclear power. So.
All right. So he's saying they just bitched us out, basically.
Oh, look, bro.
He just pulled our whole card.
Look, bro.
He just pulled our whole card.
I'm not saying anything more than what I'm saying. But we was talking about fighting words earlier in the stream. So
Yeah, that's a fighting action.
That's what I'm saying, bro. They on our turf now, which is crazy because I got this Rubik's Cube that was made in China. It's got a Chinese, John on it.
Shit, everything was made in China back in the day. They've been playing that shit.
My hat probably made in China, bro. Like
They been on that.
Man, but we living in a crazy time right now. That's the end of it.
Shit, so you saying like they got in because the U.S. sold us out? Like it was China, they was like, fuck it, nigga, we gonna get some bread to some of y'all niggas. Y'all just, you know what I'm saying, help us get in position.
They sent that joint over the ocean. And some people are talking about weather balloon. But why would they shoot a weather balloon down?
So you're saying they didn't shoot the actual spy balloon, they just shot a weather balloon? And
Yeah,
the spy balloon is still out here?
That's what the cover up was for a couple of days. It was like, no, it wasn't a spy balloon. It was a weather balloon.
How do they even know it came from China, though?
That's a great question. It probably had Chinese written on it.
Why would China be so stupid to put their name on it?
I mean, they probably like had something like labeled and like it was probably like, I don't know, Surveillance 1, but written in Chinese.
How you know that shit wasn't the overplay for the underplay? Like, nigga, they probably got like, they got some shit on the ground that's probably spying on the nigga.
You talking about like a distraction?
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I think we got the spy balloon where we got like spy.
They're like, look to the left. They coming in from the right. Like,
overplay for the underplay.
Yeah, man. But no, it's some stuff. It's a
Clear violation of our sovereignty as well as international law, and it's unacceptable.
Unacceptable this has occurred.
China's claim that the balloon was simply for civilian use and made its way to the country by accident.
We don't believe it. I'm sorry.
Don't believe you. You need more people.
Man. Yeah, nah. Oh, so they're looking like it looks like they're about to go retrieve it too, to really like see what was up with it. The debris is spread out for 7 miles. That is a lot. The Navy and the Coast Guard are searching for the remnants of the balloon right now, and they're getting on top of it. I'm done scrolling down because advertisements, but yeah, no, it's crazy. Pretty sure it was only these last 2 because we talked about that. The lawyer who represented Chris Brown is now has now been hired to defend the Tate brothers after the controversy that took place with them a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, I guess I'm not really a Andrew Tate fan myself. I don't really like the guy for real, but he's lawyered up now.
Shit, he had that bread. Shit.
Hey, that's the Toxic King right there. I'm not gonna read the full story.
You gotta log in and subscribe to all that dumb shit.
Yeah, no, if it was just like up here, that'd be different. But yeah, no. You got any comments on that, or you?
I mean, I don't really know what dog on. Like I saw some of the shit he was doing was entertaining on Instagram, or was it YouTube? But it's like all these YouTube niggas be popping up out of nowhere. It's supposed to be an expert on this, you know what I'm saying, a specialist on that.
Mm-hmm.
Which, but you don't you know what I'm saying. We don't really know. They come up, you feel me? So it's like I don't really bite on the content. You feel me? 'Cause it's like
I didn't pay a lot of attention to him.
I was peeping game though.
Yeah.
I was peeping game, but it's just like
He
I don't know where these niggas be coming from for real.
Yeah, no, it'd be industry plants, but that's its own thing right there. But with that, I might go ahead and wrap it up.
All right.
For sure. Signing off, we got Deshaun from Notorious. We out here.
We out of here.
Go ahead, do your thing. Oh.